Hello. Okay, so I think we would all agree that right now we live in a world that is running rampant with opportunities for distraction, right? And when you're running a business, it can feel very confusing on where to spend our time, where to put our time and effort into which actions. Because when you're running a business, there's a lot of actions to be made at different times, but not all of those actions are created equal. There are actions that are actually going to get you results, meaning money. I call them money moves. And then there are going to be actions that are simply a waste of your time, or they can just be put on the back burner. They can be handed off, whatever. So in this episode, I take this, what can feel like a very complicated situation when we're like, okay, what do I actually do? Like, I have this amount of time each day. What are the actual moves that I can take that are going to make these results for me? So I'm going to make this super simple and break down 3 categories of actions for you. We're going to talk about indirect money moves, direct money moves, and non-money moves. So this is going to be a super simple, short and sweet episode, but hopefully very helpful and enjoyable. Welcome to All In with Allie, the podcast for online business owners and entrepreneurs who are ready to create the life and business of their dreams. I am so happy you're here. What has been going on? It's been a hot minute since I have given any kind of like personal update. I'm not going to do that today because I think my phone's dying and that's how I use my camera. I got a message the other day because I posted a graphic of my past episode with Barry on Barry where we talked about cycle syncing. And if you have not listened to that, please go listen. But I posted a graphic and I got several responses on the quality of video. Shout out to my podcast team because they have told me how to do this. And you might be surprised to hear that I stream video from my iPhone. So I do have a camera. I used to use a camera. It was like a Logitech camera. And I use that for like coaching calls and stuff. But it wasn't giving the best quality for our podcast videos. I want it to be like nice and crisp and beautiful for you. And turns out that our phones are fantastic. You just have to have like a way to set it up. So maybe we'll do an episode on that and like what the setup is or something, if that might be something that you're helpful with. Where was I going with that? Wait a second. I said, I'm not going to get, oh yeah, because my phone's going to die. That's squirrel. But anyway, I will say this, when you listen to this, I have turned another year older. As I record this, my birthday is tomorrow. And that's very weird for me because this has been the fastest year of my freaking life. Rhett just turned 1. That makes no sense. Did I not just have him? He just turned 1. September's just wild in general. Let me tell you the birthday situation in September for us. There's my son's birthday, my birthday. My dad is the day after mine. I have one brother's birthday, almost 2. I have a brother who was born on August 31st. So almost 2 brothers, my grandma, my uncle, me and Chris have an anniversary in September. September is lit in our family. And that just goes to show that apparently New Year's Eve is a good time for, get it? Because September is 9 months from, okay. Anyway. So yeah. Happy birthday to me and turning another year older. I'm happy to be here. Okay, moving on. So, one more thing that I have been working on that you will be interested in is I am hosting a free masterclass. Now listen, real quick. When I say free masterclass, I don't do masterclasses like other people do masterclasses. Some people do phenomenal masterclasses and I love them for it. Some people do very fluffy masterclasses. Me, I treat my masterclasses like $1,000 offer. I pretend as I am creating the masterclass that you are paying $1,000 to be there, if that tells you anything. So when you hear free, I don't want you to do what we all do when we hear everybody else's free masterclasses and assume that it's fluffy and it sucks, because it's not. And as a matter of fact, eventually this is going to be a paid offer, but I'm hosting it right now for free. So let me tell you about it, because it actually goes hand in hand with this conversation, because it's actually called the Money Moves Masterclass. So here is the gist, and you can decide if you want to be there or not. But I want you to imagine learning a fail-proof process for monetizing whatever you want and mapping out a business model that can generate anywhere from an extra $1,000 a month to literally millions of dollars. Okay? This is not fake. This is real. This is not just like sexy marketing, real life. Okay. This can get you anywhere from an extra 1K to literally millions of dollars. Now, I want you to imagine learning how to do that, the process and the mapping out the business model in 90 minutes and for free. Okay, that is what the Money Moves Masterclass is. I am walking you through that. We will do this together. So anybody who wants to make money online, but you're like, I don't even know what I would sell. Or maybe you sell something, but you don't love it and you want to pivot in some way. Or maybe you do love what you sell, but you want to figure out new ways and opportunities to bring in more money into your business and to serve your people in other ways. This masterclass is for you. So in the span of my career, my business has generated over $2 million from monetizing my own genius via online offers. And that's what I'm teaching you how to do here. So I was journaling the other day, and I don't know where this came from, but I was like, I need like a goal for myself. I need something more than a money goal. Like, I'm big on money goals. That's great. But I need like a value goal. I need an impact goal. And for some reason, the first thought that came to me is I want to help 1,000 women successfully begin to create real money via their business online. Okay. Like, start generating money online by the end of 2023. So this masterclass is one of the ways I aim to do that. I don't know why I decided to do this by the end of 2023, considering that's in 3 months, but here we are. So, hey, we're going to go for it. We're going to shoot for the stars. And I would love for you to be there. So we will link all of the information in the show notes. It's going to be a great time. And I've decided if we get 1,000 people signed up, we're going to add an extra day, and it'll be like a coaching day where we can like do Q&As and stuff. So if you want to share this with your friends, if you want to share this with your audience and get more people in the room, it will serve you, because then we can go back and forth and I can actually give you some coaching on your business model and your ideas. Okay. All right. So let's get to our conversation today. Actions that have an indirect or a direct result in earning you money, aka money moves. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? But I get it. And I mentor a lot of people through this. Shit, I mentor myself through this sometimes, because I think social media kind of complicates this, because we see other people posting things like, you should be doing this. And if you're not doing this in this way, then you're behind. And, you know, there's a lot of mixed messaging out there that can have you feeling like you're not doing enough, or you need to do things differently in order to get a result that somebody else is getting. And there's just a lot of noise. But when I was thinking about this, and when I get caught up in a little bit of overwhelm with this too, I bring it back to, okay, truly, what are the actions that actually make me money? And when I tell you, this list is 3 things long. 3. Okay. 3. And there's some indirect for sure. The indirect is a longer list and we're going to get into it. But when I remember that, I'm like, okay, if it's not if I'm not making time in my day to do one, if not all of these 3 things, what am I doing? Do I even want to be in business? So I get it when maybe you're newer in business and you feel overwhelmed because you feel like there's so much to do, or maybe you only have X amount of time each day away from the kids or even with the kids, and every single minute matters. This is where it's like, okay, what should I actually be doing? What are the moves that are actually going to bring a return in terms of revenue in my business? I got you covered. That is what we're going to talk about. So let's start with the indirect list. Let's start there. Okay. So when I say indirect, these are things that like immediately likely is not going to bring in revenue in your business, but it's damn close, right? It's probably going to get you closer than a lot of other actions that you could be taking. And we'll explain some of these a little bit, but these are indirect money moves that you can take or you can make space for. And in a lot of cases would be a wise move if you're wanting to attract in and bring in more money into your business. Okay. So top of the list, first thing that came to mind is hiring a mentor or taking a program that's going to help you learn a process faster. Or in this list could be like a therapist or somebody to help you with your mindset. Like if you know that you have a lot of blocks that are keeping you stuck, or that there's some self-worth things going on that has you in a chokehold of some sort. These would be indirect money-making activities, because if you learn a skill faster, you can do that skill and make the money from that skill. If you are confused on how to, or you need a certification, this could fall in this category as well. But that's obviously indirect money-making activities, indirect money moves. Next, indirect money move, hiring somebody to support you as a team member or a VA, somebody to take off some of the other things on your list that are not direct money-making activities, but that still need to get done at some point. Creating a passive funnel. Okay. So I have a client right now, and this is her thing. She helps you, or she teaches how to create passive funnels, like a one-to-many digital offer that you can put, a system into place so that you can lead people into the funnel and start making passive money. This would be like the creation of that would be an indirect money-making activity, very close to direct. Like once it starts going, then that would be a direct, but the creation of it, those sort of moves, those sort of actions, making it would be indirect. You see what I'm saying? But Bree Groves, if you don't follow her, go follow her, because something is coming in a couple of weeks that you're going to be very, very happy about. But she has a whole process. She has a playbook. I'll link it in the show notes, and it is fantastic. She'll walk you through how to do that. Setting up a simple process to literally be able to accept money would be an indirect money-making activity. So like in order to sell your thing, you need maybe a business PayPal account or Stripe or Kajabi. These would be indirect money-making activities, because otherwise, how are you going to get paid unless they're going to mail you a check? And no. Next thing, collaborating with somebody to cross-market each other's audiences would be an indirect money move. Getting on podcasts or getting other press opportunities for yourself. That's something that I eventually would hand off for sure, but that is an indirect money-making move. Intentional networking. So I don't mean just like showing up to a coffee shop and calling that networking, but if you know that there's a conference in your town or in a city and you want to go to it because there's going to be a lot of potential clients and customers, that would be an indirect money move. Creating your next offer to share with the world is a very smart indirect money move. Posting on social media intentionally to build trust and credibility. That's a good one too. Anything that helps you get your mind right for the day, like working out, prayer, journaling, meditating, I would follow these under indirect money making moves, because sometimes you just got to get your mind right. And of course, so those fall under that category. And then finally, an indirect money move is rest, because we are human. Because why else are we entrepreneurs if we don't take the time to actually rest? I realize there are seasons, but rest is productive. Okay. So that's what I have for indirect money moves. Here is that big, lengthy list of direct money moves. Are you ready? Selling on social media, selling in emails, selling in person. However you sell, selling in general, direct money move. Hosting masterclasses that lead to a sale, or this could also be a podcast or speaking on a stage, anything that is going to directly lead to a buying opportunity. Direct money move. And finally, giving your current clients and customers an incredible experience, because that will lead to repeat customers and referrals. Direct money move. That's pretty much it, guys. Okay. So if you're not doing, again, one or all of those things every single day, what are we doing? What are we doing? And those things probably wouldn't take you that long. Like every day, I wouldn't say every day, but when I'm launching something, which I'm often launching something, I'm going to be posting that day. Like that is it's honestly kind of insane how easy it is to make significant money online. Really. My to-do list is post, send an email, stories. That's pretty much it. Now, obviously there's other things on the to-do list, like if I have a call that day or whatever, like back end stuff too, but direct money making activities, post, email, stories, selling and all of those things. That's it. That's how easy it can be. Now, it's so easy because I've done a lot of those indirect things, right? I've built an audience that trusts me. I show up consistently. When I share something, when I host something, when I sell something, I provide good value, right? Like I'm legit. I know what I'm talking about. I give my all. I make things right if I don't, right? So there's a lot of indirect that leads to the ease of the direct, but the direct still is a very, very small list. Now, notice what is not on the money move list. Okay. Here are money moves that are not money moves. Here are non-money moves. Okay. Getting to inbox 0. No. Rebranding your website that nobody cares about. No. Overthinking if you should or shouldn't do something. No. Searching for a new preset for your Instagram. Scrolling other people's content. Judging other people for how they should show up on the internet while you're not showing up. Polling your audience on what they want next from you. Polling your audience on anything. Asking friends advice who haven't succeeded at the thing that you want to do. Family falls in that category too. Creating a vision board. I love vision boards, but they are not direct or indirect money-making activities. Spending hours on a piece of content that doesn't ask for a sale at some point. What are we doing? Worrying if you are selling too much. Worrying if you're too much or too little. Worrying what so-and-so thinks of you. Worrying at all. Not a money-making activity. Making your bed. Let me say that again. Making your bed is not a money-making move. I don't care what y'all say. You're wasting your time. Listening to podcasts other than when you are doing a multitasking activity like driving, working out, cleaning, getting ready for the day, etc. Taking another course instead of implementing what you have already learned. The creation of Excel files for anything. Organizing your desktop. Okay? You get the gist. Not money-making activities. So if you are not making a level of revenue that you are happy with, or that is keeping you in business, and you are spending your precious time on anything on that list, you are asking for it. You are doing this to yourself. Go back to the direct or the indirect money moves list. Not saying they will work instantly, but sometimes they do. And there is a compound effect with these things. So the more consistent you are at those money-making moves, the more money you will actually be making. Okay? So again, not to say that there's not a time and a place to do the things that I just shared on the non-money making list. Of course, there are times, like if you want to make your bed, make your damn bed. But it's being smart about your time, right? If you are not making a certain amount of money and you have only X amount of time to work and to generate money, and you are spending that time, again, polling your audience, overthinking, listening to podcasts, doing coursework material, anything like that versus, or at least if you haven't done the money making list, then we got to stop that. We got to stop. That's just the best way to say it. Okay. So it's really easy to let those tasks monopolize your time. Also, it's really easy to let those tasks buffer you and take your mind off the things that you should be doing. I realize sometimes it's not easy to sell, especially if you're not used to selling. I realize sometimes it's not easy to look at your bank account when the revenue isn't where you want it to be. But by wasting your time and buffering on crap that's not going to actually generate revenue, instead of focusing on the things that are, you're just digging yourself in a deeper hole. So I hope this was helpful for you. It really can be so easy if you let it, but consistency is key here. The compound effect is very, very real when it comes to online business. Okay. So let me know if you've enjoyed this, and don't forget, free masterclass. This is happening, I believe it's September 25th. So if you're listening to this live, it will be next week. Of course, if you cannot be there, we will get you the recording, but you have to sign up. So we'll put the link in the show notes with that information for the Money Moves Masterclass. I love you, and I will see you here next week.